Hello everyone and welcome back to another day of TCG PokeDECKS. Now, we are in the final countdown for Burning Shadows starting Thursday. There won't be TCG PokeDECKS. However, late they end up updating the client and getting it functional in order to allow the new cards. I will be recording a video and then I'll probably be live streaming that day as well. So Road to TCG Worlds will be back by then, and then we'll have videos throughout the weekend as well. So every single day from Burning Shadows, from Thursday up until the World Championship, there will be daily videos. So I'm really excited about that. Can't wait to continue and finish the Road to TCG Worlds 2017, as it will be done by day one of the event or by the day before. And it's been a pretty great ride. But for now, we're gonna keep filling up our PokeDECKS with our Ponyta entry. Now, Ponyta, I had to search which Ponytas were available, and this one stood out because it has the agility attack. So agility deals only 10 damage, and you get to prevent all effects of attacks, including damage done to this Pokemon. So how do we try to make the best use of this card? Well, through Victini's Victory Star, which allows us to reflip for every agility flip. Now, as I'm saying this, I kind of think maybe 2 Victini would be important to avoid pricing issues. So I'm gonna drop an energy and add another Victini, just to ensure that we get access to it. And we have Brooklet Heal, we have Pokemon Fan Club, because we can't really abuse Bridget here, because we do rely on Volcanion EX's team up in order to make sure agility deals more damage than just the 10, because dealing 10 damage will not be enough for sure. But between Steam Up and the choice bands, we will probably be able to 2-hit KO a lot of things, and we might have an invincible Pokemon in the meantime, so that seems pretty good. We have the 1/1 Starmie line, which has become a staple now in Volcanion, in order to make sure the energies keep cycling, and so you can add more and more damage to your attacks. And Volcanion is not a bad attacker, though it will take 3 turns to power up. However, with Ponyta being a single energy attacker, that doesn't seem too far-fetched, so we have that as a good backup. The rest of the cards are pretty self-explanatory. Rescue Stretcher to recover the pieces, Field Blower to ensure we get access to Steam Up, Burst Seeker Ultra Ball for consistency, and we have the standard lineup of 4 Sycamore, 3 and 2 Lysander, the 1 Fan Club, and the 1 Olympia. So that's the deck. Let's jump into the ladder. I do not wish to discard the changes. I forgot I made the one change of the extra Victini. So let's get now into the ladder and see how we do. Now, last week was a very successful week, I would say, for the series, simply because we got a ton of wins, and a lot of them were definitely very unexpected. The most surprising ones were, I would say, Victreebel and Tentacruel. Victreebel, even Weeping Bell, managed to close out a game, and then Tentacruel just demolished Drampaguard. Tentacruel absolutely demolished Drampaguard, so that was pretty cool. That was actually pretty cool. And so we'll see what we can do with the entries throughout this week between Monday and Wednesday, and then we will go back to Road to TCG Worlds, and this series will once again take a hiatus because Burning Shadows and Worlds are the priority. But after Worlds, the content coming back into the channel will be post-format rotation decks, of course, and we will resume our entry as we are actually reaching the last few stages of this series' Kanto Pokedex. So we will be moving on to Johto pretty soon, and wow, we're up against a water type deck, so we're the flips off of Ponyta are going to be very, very crucial here. Yep, we're up against a Nako Patch deck even, which is, I don't think it's worse than a Vulcan and then the, wow, Ranger and Garbodor. What? Why would you play Ranger? I guess my opponent is playing Lapras, and that's why he plays Ranger, because if he has Garbodor, that means, well, Garbotox in Garbodor, that means he's not using Manaphy EX. Now, all of the mulligans will be really helpful here, hopefully, in order to help us set up. And if Starmie is not priced, we might be able to do a ton of things here. However, the cards we got off of the mulligan were actually pretty atrocious, I would say. Wow, these cards are really bad cards, honestly. They are really, really bad. So I'm gonna have to Lele for N. This is so bad. This is actually so bad. I'm gonna attach the energy to the Volcanion so that I can thin out my deck just a little bit more. But we do need a really big bench in this deck, which is not ideal, of course. We still don't know what water type Pokemon it is. I'm guessing it is Lapras, but we really don't know. And okay, this hand is actually pretty decent now. I don't want to play Brooklet Heal just yet, because I would be helping out my opponent. I doubt he can knock out Staryu, but just in case, I'm just going to promote the Ponyta, and I'm going to pass. Next turn we can find another Volcanion, we have the double Steam Up, and we already have Sycamore in the discard pile, or N, and there's the Lapras. So that makes sense. Interesting deck choice by my opponent. Definitely interesting deck choice. We see a Choice Band on the Lapras. Choice Band's not going to help him, and it's not going to hurt him either. And he does decide to discard the Rough Seas, interestingly enough. I don't know why you would discard the Rough Seas without playing it. I mean, there's one thing being careful about Delinquent, and then there's another just, like, I don't think that was necessary. My opponent does play Trainer's Mail and Max Elixirs, so not too worried about the Garbodor matchup. It seems like he does hit the Elixir. He does hit the Elixir. Hits a second Elixir actually. So attachment plus Floatstone, our Ponyta would actually go down. Which I think I prefer Ponyta going down than Staryu. Wow. My opponent chooses to play a switch, but he chose not to take a knockout here, interestingly enough. I will take that, I will honestly take that, and I top deck the energy which I actually needed in order to make the best use of the Steam Up. So this is where the fun begins. We've got our setup, which it wasn't too difficult to get to, honestly. I really, because I know my opponent is playing Garbodor, Toxin Garb, I really don't want to discard my Field Blower. I think they're going to be pretty crucial. So I want to be conservative here. And I'm not really looking for anything else other than maybe the Starmie. Or the follow-up Ponyta, which there it is. So that's good enough for me. So we got the double Steam Up. We didn't get the Choice Band, unfortunately. So we're gonna Agility. And we're gonna flip heads, so we would not like to flip again, and our Ponyta is now an invincible Pokemon. Triple Lysander does win my opponent the match, because he can go after the two Volcanions and the Lele. That's definitely a possibility. And there's the Garbodor, Toxin Garb. And now we are in trouble, because off of the end, we didn't draw anything useful. Oh boy. Off of the end, we didn't get anything useful, and we top deck another Ponyta. Oh my gosh. This is atrocious, guys. This is actually atrocious, and how do I... Wait. How do I draw this badly? Okay, I really hope I didn't discard that Volcanion. Now we don't even get access to Victini's heads flip, and we whiff the flip, of course. So we are in a lot of trouble here, guys. We are in a lot of trouble, and if we top deck a Sycamore, it's gonna be atrocious as well. Well, actually, we could fix the Sycamore top deck if that was the case, because we would be able to Ultra Ball away to Ponyta and then put them back into the deck, along with the, I'm assuming, about to be knocked out active Ponyta. Okay, my opponent plays down a Regice. Interesting. I wonder how many float stones he plays. But yeah, playing against Garbodor, Toxin Garb, and then drawing this badly, that's the issue. Drawing this badly is a big issue here. Drawing this badly is the actual problem here. Yeah. And if Ponyta gets knocked out and for some reason we were able to top deck as a field blower, he gets to heal as well. I don't know why he's not using Brooklet Heal. He could search for another Lapras. Unless he wants that bench spot open, but what else does my opponent need? He's gonna go for a Professor Kukui. I would love to see him attach a Floatstone either to the other Garbodor or to the Lapras, but no, he's just gonna collect. I really wish I had collect myself. And we get an N. Okay. Thankfully we get an N. I don't want my opponent to keep healing. I could do the Starmie play, but I don't even have abilities right now. So our Ponyta, despite flipping tails, actually managed to survive. Okay, so still not a great hand, but we have an okay-ish follow-up, and if we flip heads here, that would actually be okay. Nope, we're gonna flip tails, okay. So Ponyta most likely goes down now. Ponyta most definitely should go down now. That's the second rough seas by my opponent though. So we should be able to win the stadium war here. I really want to see him discard Floatstones. Okay, now he uses Brooklet Heal, but he goes for a Glacian, which is the one Pokemon that will not help him here. He goes for a VS Seeker himself. He will go for Professor Kukui. So I'm guessing he's desperately looking for a way to switch the Lapras. I really wouldn't mind. Okay, he finds another Rough Seas. That's the third Rough Seas now. And he just goes for a collect. I really wish my opponent had gone for I really wish my opponent had gone for would find a Floatstone. Oh, the Starmie is prized. What? Are you kidding me? I did not realize this. Okay, that's a big problem. The Starmie is prized. So can I afford to discard anything else to thin out my deck? Probably the Volcanion. I won't need 4 Volcanions here. I will, however, attach a Floatstone to this Volcanion, I want to say, and I will Sycamore here. And then we do hit the Field Blower, and if we had Starmie, we would actually be able... No, we still wouldn't be able to knock out the Lapras. So is it even worth it to play the Field Blower at this point? I don't think it is, because I'm not gonna deal any extra damage. The Starmie being prized also really sucks. I guess removing the Rough Seas would have been a good idea. But that's the third tail flip in a row as well. It's the third tail flip in a row. Finally, we see a switch by my opponent. We're gonna see an Elixir. I might benefit from going aggressive here. If my opponent doesn't Lysander up my Volcanion, I should probably aggressively try to knock out the Lapras. However, I will need 2 Fire Energy, and I don't have Sycamore now. I don't have Sycamore, and I don't have Starmie. Everything would be so much easier if I had Starmie here. If I had Starmie here, I believe we would be able to win the match. If I had flipped heads, that would have been pretty amazing as well. Okay, so he will Lysander. Understandable. That is his best play. Now our N will be pretty strong here. But with no Starmie, our damage output is just not good enough. It is simply not good enough. I'm gonna remove the Stadium then, and the Floatstone. And I will end here. We desperately need the Starmie here. Okay, I'm gonna be more conservative with my energy because of that, but hopefully we get the 75% chance of a head flip here. Would you like to flip again? No, especially because we had triple tails previously. Although I don't think they've mattered. And now that it does matter, well, actually, right now it doesn't matter. Oh wow, my opponent chooses to play a choice band on his Garbodor. So I think the way we are going to win this game is not by agility flips, but rather by Lysandering up that Garbodor. Evan has 5 energy so far, 2 more. He does have to switch, but he's already played them. So does he play Olympia? Does he have Olympia in his hand? I really don't want to attach energy. What does V-Flame 50? Okay, that's not good enough. Let's just go for another. Well, attaching to Lele does mean I can potentially knock out Lapras. So I'm gonna go for that. In agility, I'm gonna get the head flip. Awesome, because Lapras can attack now. My opponent might have. Might simply have another Lysander for knockout. Yeah. There's another Lysander. Who is he gonna go after? Probably the Lele because he saw me attach energy. Yep. Understandable. Understandable. He cannot attack next turn. He cannot attack next turn. I do get another fire energy, so I'm gonna bench the other Ponyta. I'm gonna attach the energy to the Ponyta. I'll play the Brooklet heal just because in case I get end or I get it myself, I'll be able to have my deck be one card thinner, and we actually flip heads. So my opponent now really needs his last Via Seeker or second Lysander. If he does get it, he wins. We desperately need an N, so a Via Seeker. A Field Blower would actually be pretty nice, or a Lysander. All of those cards would be very helpful to us. Yeah, all of those cards would actually be really helpful. Okay, my opponent prepping a Regice here. And chooses to retreat. And so we're actually, even if he flips heads, that's fine because we're actually not affected. And we top deck the Via Seeker. Nice. Actually top deck the Via Seeker. So I'm gonna play this. I'm not gonna use the energy, but I will. N. Okay. Okay, no Field Blower, no Sycamore. Ugh. I'm saying I have a good deck. Well, thank you, sir. Thank you. And you please not spam the chat. That gets really annoying. Let's just keep flipping heads then. There we go. There we go. Maybe that spam signified he got the Via Seeker energy for game. But no. We both keep flipping heads, which is quite funny actually. But no, it's just impossible for me to find. It's impossible for me to find the cards I need. Why? Why are you doing this to me, Pokemon? Okay, so I'm gonna end once again. But things are not looking good here. And well, there's the Field Blower, so we get abilities back. And I think that actually is pretty important. I'll remove both tool cards, sure. It's important because we can secure the Victini flips. That's why they're important. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I really don't know how many energy are left in my deck. I actually don't know. But we might be able to spam agility enough times. Would you like to flip again? No. Okay. Here's an Aqua Patch. Onto the bench Lapras with 120 damage, of course. We really needed the Lysander though. Here's the Ice Beam, so my opponent just keeps flipping heads though. We do as well, but his are more impressive, I think. And there's nothing we can do here, we just have to Agility once again. We flip Tails, would you like to flip again? Yes, please. No. 75% chance and we whiff. 75% chance and we do whiff. Now, we don't have any more ends and we only have one VS Seeker left. My opponent chooses to Sycamore aggressively. So perhaps there's still hope for us. Ponyta will go down, but my opponent did not use Lysander. However, okay, there's the choice band on the Garbodor. The issue is that we have 7 cards. Oh, but we have Rescue Stretcher, so that's okay. We have 2 Rescue Stretchers still. Ah, we need a Lysander. That's all we needed. We needed Lysander. But we are incapable of drawing Lysander today. Is it even in my deck? I mean, we've lost here, guys. I'm not winning this match. Yeah, there's the Lysander. The Lysander and the VS Seeker are priced. So this is actually game. This is actually a game. We lose by deck out, we probably lose by price cards, and we even flip tails. I feel like if my opponent hadn't been using Garbotoxin Garb, we actually would have had a very decent chance at winning. But hey, we ran into one of the absolute worst matchups possible, so what are you gonna do there? So yeah, there's our Ponyta entry, guys. This deck seemed really fun, and I feel like you could definitely spam Agility a lot more easily against other decks. So yeah, if you want to give it a whirl, I know it's kind of hard to build, but if you already have Volcanion built, then getting the 4 Ponyta doesn't seem too daunting, does it? Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like on the video if you can, if you like this series, and I will see you guys tomorrow for some Mega Slowbro action. And then we have a very special Legacy deck for Wednesday, so don't miss that. And then on Thursday we will have a live stream, and we will have a huge Burning Shadows feature on the channel. Okay, so thank you guys so much. I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye bye.